Now, Angelina Kelly is back with us. Hi again, Angelina.
Hello. So switching gears from the boxing chat there, we're going to talk Marcus Rashford.
Right.
Marcus moving a mess. There has been a breakdown in communications between Manchester United and Barcelona. His future might not be resolved until after the World Cup. Don't know if that means he's got to go to Carrington for pre-season, or hopefully they figure it out. But Barcelona had agreed to make this season's loan deal permanent, about 24 million. But they now want to renegotiate. They're looking for about 13 million. Obviously, the player's been on loan with Barcelona. Overall, done a decent job. I mean, he's going to the World Cup. I think that Manchester United fans are happy for him. I don't think anybody sees a return on the cards. But if I was Marcus Rashford, I'd be absolutely fuming. They've spent 70 million on Anthony Gordon. They want Julian Alvarez, who'll be over 100 million. You can't now be pleading poverty to Man United, saying, oh, we could only take him for 13 million. I mean, are Barcelona taking the mick out of him and Manchester United?
Nah. They're trying to exploit a situation, aren't they? That's all they're doing that anybody would do in any business.
If they liked him so much, why have they prioritised Anthony Gordon? I mean, if you're Marcus Rashford, are you worried that they don't really want you?
They'll think that they can get Marcus Rashford no matter what happens. So that's why they've probably prioritised Anthony Gordon. They'll know that there's a deal on the table. I thought it was 27, 24, whatever it is. They know that deal's on the table. They know that's there. They know he's done well. They know he probably wants to stay there. They know he doesn't want to go back United. They know United don't want him back. So everything would indicate that they'll try and get the price down.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty
offer the minimal amount you possibly can.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're Rashford, where else could you go?
Well, loads of places. There are loads of teams in England that would take him, but that would mean coming back to the Premier League. And I'm not sure he wants to do that. But I'm looking at. There's an argument that Arsenal.
That's exactly what
might take him, especially at that sort of price.
Yeah.
If that's what we're talking, or Villa and
Unai Emery liked him. Yeah.
And other financial problems at Villa, but they'll have to find some money to spend. Ditto Newcastle. I think you would have a myriad of options, especially after the way he's done at Barcelona.
And if he has a great World Cup as well.
That's exactly the point I was going to make. If I was Marcus Rashford, would I be disappointed? Maybe. I'd want my future.
You don't want to live in Barcelona.
Well, I tell you what. Not a disaster.
Yeah.
Go out there, have a fantastic World Cup, and then
world's his oyster.
Bob's your uncle.
I mean, immediately, response, Kieran, Arsenal should go and get Rashford.
Yeah.
Would be a great start for changing their style. A great attacking winger that won't play as a wing back. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see him there, couldn't you? And whilst he might want to stay in Barcelona, the lure of going and playing for the champions and also putting two fingers up with the best one in the world, the Manchester United, might well appeal.
That move makes sense on so many counts.
And I think we've also seen, if I was Marcus Rashford, I'm sure you'd have reservations about returning to the Premier League, the media attention, whatever happened off the pitch happened, but the amount of stick that he got sometimes.
You're dead right. The media attention.
It was too much. But I do look at somebody like Mikel Arteta, and I think as a manager, the way that he comes across, I think he would put an arm around the shoulder. I think that he would be wanting to protect. I think Arsenal as a football club, would definitely be there to protect him, to look after him. Maybe that would give him a little bit of peace of mind. I'm not too sure, but I agree. I think Arsenal's a good shout. I think Aston Villa, like you say, Unai Emery liked him. There's PSR. His wages are high, maybe, but I mean, it's a no-brainer. If Barcelona don't want him, he's got options.
I'm not sure they don't want him, Angelina. I just think they're playing the game a little bit. I would suggest.
John has said, we'll take Rashford on our European tour for Sunderland, thank you. John, I don't see it happening. I really don't see it happening. But no, I do get his concern about coming back to the Premier League, because Marcus Rashford, if he was... If he breathed out followed by in, it was headline news.
Listen, it wouldn't be an ideal situation for Marcus Rashford, but it would be an option. I still think they'll get something sorted with Barcelona. You'd think so.
Yeah.
Aiden's just said here, I'd take Rashford at Liverpool. Ex-Man United, a great replacement for Gakpo. I'm not sure that would happen, but
Manchester lad born. As much as things ended on a sour note with Manchester United, I think being a local lad, I think that would be tough, wouldn't it? But it's been done.
Michael Owen can do it the other way.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was great.
It'd be interesting to see, won't it? I mean, somebody's put in a question here. It's anonymous. I don't normally read the anonymous ones. Do Arsenal really want to play with a terrible attitude, disrupting their team? Well, he hasn't had a terrible attitude at Barcelona, has he?
I think moving away from Manchester, I think did him the world of good. And I think you can look back on what happened in Manchester, and you hear about things. We don't know what was happening behind closed doors at the end of the day, do we? And like you say, with Barcelona, doesn't seem to be any issues. Hansi Flick has spoken really highly of him. So, people do deserve a second chance.
Yeah. I mean, Jason asked an interesting question here just briefly. He says, do you think the situation with Rashford and Gordon will have an effect in the England camp? As Rashford has clearly said he wants to stay at Barcelona. If he doesn't get the move, I'm sure he'll be feeling kind of bad.
Won't
but
be sitting with him at breakfast.
that's a non-starter for me.
Yeah.
It's not Anthony Gordon's problem.
No.
It's Barcelona, but I still think that I'll say it again. I still think they'll get a deal sorted. I just think they're playing the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Angelina, thanks very much indeed.
Thanks, Angelina.